Hello and welcome to the Source Sport News, where we'll be taking you through Brisbane's sporting stories. I'm Michael Cormack.
And I'm Matt Dorman. On tonight's program, the Queensland Bulls look to emulate the success of their female counterparts.
We chat with Olympian and Brisbane schoolboy Jake Donachie about his London experience.
And the Queensland Blades shoot for success at the Australian Hockey Championships.
First to cricket though, and the Queensland Bulls are busy fine-tuning preparations ahead of their Sheffield Shield title defence. We spoke with Vice-Captain Chris Hartley ahead of the season opener. After a strong off-season recruitment drive, Queensland Bulls Vice-Captain Chris Hartley is confident of back-to-back Shield titles. The veteran wicketkeeper was man of the match in the triumph over Tasmania, which earned the Bulls their first Shield success in 6 years, and says they're well placed to make it 2 in a row.
The pre-season's been really good for us. Obviously the success in the Sheffield Shield last year, we didn't want to sit back and just rest on our laurels. Obviously we enjoyed the win, but we feel we've got a good group of talented players that can be doing that year after year.
The batting stocks in particular have been boosted in the off-season with the signings of Test representative Usman Khawaja and troubled West Australian Luke Pommersbach, while off-spinner Nathan Horrocks has rejoined Queensland after leaving for New South Wales in 2006.
Nathan brings a lot of experience. He's played Test cricket. Cameron Boyce as a leg spinner did really well last year, and having Nathan as the off-spinner, it gives us more depth in our bowling, spin bowling ranks. And obviously Khawaja is a huge talent. He'll be keen to test himself out at the Gabba where it is difficult to bat at times. But he's a class act. We've seen that. He's played well against us before. He's played Test cricket. So, we're expecting those two to be, fairly dominant for us this season.
Joining the trio in the senior squad is elevated rookie Cameron Gannon, and the young fast bowler says he is keen to learn from the likes of Ryan Harris and Ben Cutting.
It's always really good to have a bunch of, as you say, really experienced fast bowlers around to help you through, patches when you're a little bit, when you're lacking that confidence that you need to participate and compete at the higher level. They've been incredibly helpful for me personally, just in overcoming some technical issues and this and that, and I've really enjoyed having them around the group. They're great blokes.
Queensland will also be buoyed by the retention of coach Darren Lehman, despite the former Australian batsman attracting considerable interest in his services.
Yeah, Buff's been excellent. A lot's been said about how well he's gone in his first couple of seasons, and to be honest, we're not surprised by that. He's, he played at the highest level, so his knowledge about cricket is excellent. He's a wonderful communicator. He gets to know the players as people, which I think is very important. And look, he makes the game very fun. He keeps it very simple, but he makes it a lot of fun. And it's no surprise when you're out having a good time with your mates that you play better cricket.
The Bulls' first Shield match of the season will take place at the Gabba on October 1st.
This winter's been very, very big for us, and we've got our goal very firmly set to be going back-to-back this season.
Certainly keen to see how those new recruits get on, mate.
Yeah, Khawaja probably the standout there for me.
Yeah, hard to disagree. Well, let's hope they have as much success as Queensland's female players did in helping the Southern Stars capture the Women's 2020 World Cup. Michael was also there to catch up with one of Queensland's heroes of that campaign.
From one Queensland cricket star to another now, and Australian captain Jodie Fields says Australia's recent 2020 success in the international arena provides a perfect stepping stone for Queensland's female cricketers. Fields, who captains both Australia and Queensland, has just returned from Sri Lanka, where she led the Southern Stars to the World 2020 title, and is keen for more glory.
Yeah, it's an experience that I've been building for a number of years now, and I know that the Australian team has been working hard for 2 years. We won the comp in West Indies 2010, and I actually missed that through injury, so to be part of a World Cup in Sri Lanka and to win that was just such an awesome experience.
Key to translating Australia's success to the Queensland Fire will be 19-year-old spinner Jess Jonassen, who took 3 for 25 in the final against England.
Yeah, definitely. There's not many of us in the Australian team. It's very clogged up with New South Wales girls, so I think Jess really came of age in that tournament, and for her to step up like she did in that final was pretty proud of her, and I think that she's come a long way with her maturity and her attitude, and yeah, hopefully she'll keep doing that for Australia in future as well.
Despite the media heavily favouring England prior to the final, Fields says she was always confident of her side's ability.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of media talk around England being the favourites and us being the underdogs, but I think that was a little bit harsh considering that we came in as defending champions from 2010, and you know, we worked pretty hard for that tournament and the girls all played well, and I think, yeah, we really deserved to win the final at the end of the day.
With other states contributing heavily to Australia's triumph, the 28-year-old knows Queensland must produce a consistent effort.
Yeah, I think the way it is with the women's national domestic competition is we play every second week, and you have to be on your game every second week, or you know, you'll lose matches pretty quickly.
Moving away from cricket now, and while the Olympics are an overwhelming experience for any athlete, balancing high school exams is an unusual pressure. That's exactly what 17-year-old Jake Donaghy has encountered in a whirlwind few months.
Competing at Olympic Games is generally regarded as the pinnacle of an athlete's career, but for 17-year-old Queenslander Jake Donaghy, it's just the beginning. The grade 12 student travelled to London midway through his final year of school to compete in both doubles and individual canoe events, and said the experience only fueled his appetite for more.
Yeah, look, it was a life-changing experience for me, you know, to first off get selected and then to actually go and experience the Olympic Village and racing at the Olympics so young is definitely something that I've looking back now that I've come to cherish.
But while his maiden Olympic Games were an opportunity to prove his talents on the world stage, Donaghy said the London Games were more of a learning experience ahead of Rio 2016.
It was all about really having a go and getting over the nerves of a big event like the Olympics this year and really working towards Rio 2016 and getting some medals there.
Before starting his next 4-year cycle, the teenager said he would take time to finish his schooling and enjoy a well-earned break.
Yeah, basically it's more just, it's not that we're not allowed to train, it's more the fact that my coach and we believe that, you know, we've been training for 7 years and we're only 17, and it's a lot of work for young people like ourselves, and you know, we've been training at a senior level of sessions since we're about 13 years old, so our bodies just need a rest, and that's basically the reason behind having 6 months off. For the next few years we'll probably train in Europe for a year and be 3 World Championships, and 2 of them don't count, and then the 3rd one counts for qualification for the next Olympics, and if we qualify at the Worlds in 2015 we'll be in Rio again.
While many have helped him reach the elite level, Donaghy said his school, Brisbane Grammar, have provided crucial support.
You know, I definitely couldn't do it without Grammar. They certainly give a lot, and I try to give back as much as I can, but yeah, you know, I couldn't do it without them. They support me through while I'm away and while I was at the Olympics, and I'm just really thankful to Grammar for their support.
Well, Jake isn't the only Olympian getting back into work, with Queensland's hockey stars in preparation for the Australian Championships. We went down to training before the squad departed for Perth. There's no time to rest for Queensland's hockey elite, as Olympics memories have been quickly put aside ahead of the Australian Hockey Championships. Queensland Blades and national defender Matt Swan represented the Kookaburras in London, and is just one Queenslander already back in training ahead of the Australian Hockey Championships.
The hype of the Olympics is amazing, and everyone was, I guess, making it out to be the biggest thing at the time, and it was really cool to be a part of something like that.
Drawing on the experience of his maiden Olympics, 23-year-old Swan said he was keen to extend a promising career.
Recently just started playing overseas in Holland in the Hoof Class League, and yeah, I guess that's another stepping stone in my career, and I'm enjoying that at the moment, and hopefully I can play in a number of years for the Australian team.
Swan and his teammates travelled to London as heavy gold medal favourites, but having returned only with an underwhelming bronze, the national championships have become a chance for Queensland's international representatives to finally claim gold.
Well, Queensland has a very high regard when it comes to the national championships, and I think if our aim wasn't to win it, we'd be selling ourselves short. So I hope we can go there and perform well, and yeah, come back with another trophy.
Well, as always, we wish our fellow Queenslanders all the best. But for now, that's all we have time for on the program.
Make sure you stay up to date with all the latest sports news by following us on Twitter and liking our Facebook page.
For now though, it's goodbye from us.
See you next time.